Hey, what's going on? Kantis Simmons here. Welcome to Sunday School. For those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook, those of you on Twitter, LinkedIn, you've got some amazing people here on Zoom. Like we say every Sunday School, in the chat box, go ahead and drop this in the chat box. This will be my best school year ever. Yeah, go ahead and say it. Say it. This will be my best school year ever. Let me know. Yeah, this will be my best school year ever. Now, that is something that I believe for myself. I'm encouraging you to take the time to say that for you as a student, as a parent, and as an educator. This will be my best school year ever. So what I want to talk about today is something that's really, really powerful. And this is something called focusing tips. Yeah, I want to spend some time talking about focusing tips. Why? Because a lot of times people have challenges, focusing in school. And so I'm going to give you a few things that you can do as a student, as a parent, and as an educator to, get rid of distractions. I found, and maybe you found that, people have a hard time focusing. Yeah, people have a hard time focusing. If this is your first time with Sunday School, actually, last week, we talked about the 168 rule. Hey, you can go back on this page, a YouTube page, YouTube at Kantis Simmons, to look at the 168 rule. Before that, we talked about school motivation and some study tips. And today, I'm going to give you three things. Yes, three things that you can do to improve your focus muscle and sort of deal with some of the distractions. All right. But while you're here, I want to let you know a few things. Number one, if you want to get access to my best-selling book, Play Your A Game, simply go over to playyouragamebook.com, playyouragamebook.com. This book is all about how to stay motivated, remain focused, and succeed in school and life. And I'll talk about some of those things there. Also, if you are a student or a parent and you're looking for resources to fund the big college tuition bill, go over to kantissimmons.com/scholarship. Just earlier, I was working with some amazing families that were on, and we actually went through a free workshop sort of breaking down 3 secrets on how to pay the college scholarship bill, talk about my simple equation for funding the big college scholarship bill. Go over to kantissimmons.com/scholarship. All right, so let's jump right into it. Here are 3 things that you can do to stay focused this school year. Now, if you zoom in, you see my big muscle right here. See my big bicep, right? Now, how did I, don't laugh at me, right? How did I develop this big bicep? Or how can I develop a bigger bicep, right? It's by putting in the reps where building this bicep is concerned. All right. Focus is a muscle, right? Focus is a muscle. Now, here's what I mean. If I want to improve this bicep, I need to be able to lift 10 pounds and consistently do it. And then 20, and then 30, and then focus, and then 40 and 50, right? I want to challenge every individual to be able to learn how to focus on one thing at a time. Now, if I zoom in here, if I come a little closer and we play the stare down game and I lock eyeballs with you and you lock eyeballs with me, this is what focus looks like. This is what focus should look like. How many times have you tried to focus on something and then you get distracted by something else? That's what happens a lot of times with our students, our parents, and even our educators, right? There are a lot of distractions going on. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Netflix, Prime, Tinder, dating, Facebook, MySpace, telephone, text messages, right? But guess what? If we don't develop this focus muscle, we will have a hard time focusing. Here is what I challenge you to do. Train yourself to focus on one thing at a time. I believe not time management. I believe multitasking is lame. Yeah, multitasking is lame. Why you say multitasking is lame, Kantis? Because listen, think about how much time you lose from multitasking. Now, if you don't believe me, let me pull out my handy dandy whiteboard real quick. All right. Here's my handy dandy whiteboard. Let's say if you have a task, you have task A, task B, and task C. Here's what multitasking looks like. Multitasking is where you do a little bit of this, then you do a little bit of this, then you jump back up here, do a little bit of this, then you jump down here, do a little bit of this, then you come do a little bit of this, and do a little bit of this. But what you don't think about is what I call switch time, right? When you're doing a little bit of A and you jump, now you got to switch. Your mind has to switch. Sometimes your locations have to switch. Your thoughts have to switch. So now you're here. And then you jump to here. Switch time, then you back up here, right? And you're not making that much progress. But what if you did things this way? You had task A, task B, task C, and you chose to focus on one thing until you got to the end. When you get here, guess what? Endorphins are going to go off. You're going to feel really good about yourself that you were able to lock in and get that thing done. And guess what? Now you can check it off. And then now we can come here and focus on this. Get that done, check it off. Real cool endorphins are released where you're now feeling really good about yourself. And then here. So this is why I feel like time management is lame, but focus brings you fame. And so how do you build your focus muscle up? Train yourself to focus on one thing at one time for 10 minutes. And then train yourself to focus on one thing for 20 minutes. Train yourself to focus on one thing for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then 50 minutes, focusing all on one thing. And when I say one thing, I mean one thing. All right? So that's step number one. Build up your focus muscle. Thing number two, to improve your areas of focus, is to remove the distractions. Yep. Look at all the distractions that we have in life. I mentioned a few of those earlier, but here's two distractions that I want to deal with. Distraction number one is the TV and this doggone cell phone. All right? TV, cell phone, I'd probably say people. TV, cell phone, and people. Now, how do we deal with distractions? The best way to deal with distractions is to remove them. Yeah, remove the distraction. Number one, cut the TV off. Unplug it. Number two, with our cell phone, we got to remove the distraction sometime. Now, if you can see this on my phone, maybe you can. Let's see if it'll zoom in there. See that little button there? That little moon? That is the best feature on the iPhone, right? It's that do not disturb feature, right? If you're going to remove distractions, use the do not disturb feature. Why? Because phone calls can't come in, text messages can't come in because I'm focused on what I'm doing now. Sometimes I would take my cell phone, I'm here in the studio right now, I'll leave it in another room in my house, all right? Maybe you're a student, you're in class, take the cell phone, put it in the bottom of your book bag, turn the little thing off on the side, and focus. Hey, even go to your voicemail. You know, you can set up your voicemail. When people call you, your voicemail should sound like this. Hey, what's going on? This is Kantis. At this current time, I'm studying, and me getting good grades and having my best school year is important to me. So just check this out. I'm going to study for a while, and I'll give you a call back once I'm done. That's something you can do. Another thing that you can do, you can go into your text messages. You can create some automatic responses. Why? Because distractions will throw you off your focus game. How many times have you sat down to work on something? Maybe to study something, to write a paper. Somebody texts you. Or you sat down to study for a test. And then your mama was like, hey, time to come eat. Right? And then now you want to go eat. But now you're distracted from eating from what you were doing. So what am I saying? If you're going to stay focused this school year, number one, you got to build up your focus muscle. And number two, you are going to have to spend some time removing distractions. Now, you personally know the things that distract you. Yeah, let me know some of the things in the chat box. What are some of the things that distract you? Remove those things. If it's TV, if it's cell phone, if it's social media, if it's a person, maybe it's a little boo, a little fling on the side. Tell your little boo, tell your little fling, hey, I got to study, I got to focus. Because if this is going to be your best school year ever, you're going to have to spend time doing just that. All right? And the third thing, to improve your focus muscle, to improve being able to focus all school year long, here's something I'm going to encourage you to do. Build out your own study chamber. Now, I probably should have put these in a different order, but build out the study chamber. Sometimes you're just studying in the wrong place and you're not getting the results you want. For example, how many times have you studied in the bed? Yeah, you sat in the bed, plan on studying your science or read history, and then you fall asleep. Yeah. Or you sit on the bed just to try to read something, then you lay down. Then you kick your feet up, right? Then you find yourself falling asleep. See, I got this friend. His name is B-U-T-T. And every time B-U-T-T with S-I-T on the B-E-D while trying to S-T-U-D-Y-I-N-G, he would always fall A-S-L-E-E-P. So I had to train my B-U-T-T, not the S-I-T on the B-E-D, while trying to S-T-U-D-Y-I-N-G, because he would always fall A-S-L-E-E-P. Yeah. Your B-U-T-T, your behind is not made for studying in the bed. Just like the sofa is not made for studying. Here's the reason why. Normally the sofa is the same place you sit down with the family to watch TV. Or maybe the sofa is the same place you sit to play video games. This is why you sit on the sofa and you find yourself getting relaxed. You don't feel like doing anything because the sofa is made for relaxing. Hey, same thing where kitchen is concerned. You'll go sit at the kitchen table and then now you'll find yourself hungry. Like, why do I want yams and chicken? Right? Because the kitchen is made for eating. Now, I don't mean to be vulgar, but guess what? When you walk into the bathroom and you see the little porcelain area and you back that thing up and squat over that porcelain, guess what? Your body knows exactly what to do. Why? Because it's programmed to release itself over the toilet. The toilet has a purpose. The kitchen table has a purpose. The bed has a purpose. The driveway have a purpose. And I want you to develop a study place that has a purpose. Now, my recommendation is find a place in your home that maybe you can build out. Maybe you can take a chair from somewhere, get a nice little table, get a nice, some lights where you can see. And you want to focus on that one thing. And then now you're training your body. You're training your household to say, hey, when Daryl is sitting in that chair, when Sarah's sitting in that chair, when Bonquisha's sitting in that chair, that means they're studying. And in that location, it's well lit, it's cool, there are no distractions, and now you can get the job done. If you're going to play your A game, if you're going to have an awesome, awesome school year, you got to learn how to focus. It's so much going on in our world. I get it. There's so many distractions in our household. I get it. There's so many distractions in our government, in our workplace, in our schools. But through all of the clutter, A students, they know how to focus and do it intentionally. All right? So as we go into this week, as a student, I want you to learn how to focus. As a parent, listen, when you go to work, you put you some focus hacks in place where you can get your job done and the things you do at work, get those things done. As a teacher and educator, listen, you shouldn't be taking that crate home with you. Yeah, teachers that work at the schoolhouse, they bring all the school papers in the crate home with them, and then the papers end up in the bed as they doing. Teachers know what I'm talking about. But what if you would do a better job of using your time and focusing, quality time to focus and get things done so the people's school papers don't end up in the bedroom with you and your mate? Cut it out, teachers. But everybody, listen, we all can do a better job focusing. Hey, if you agree with me, hey, press that like. If you agree with me that you can do a better job focusing, hey, press the like. Whether you're on YouTube, press a like. If you are going to work on your focus, type focus in the chat box. Here on Zoom, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter and LinkedIn. Type focus. Type focus, yes. This will be your best school year ever. And I'm here to help you make that happen. All right. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Now listen, if you know somebody that can use this, listen, be so kind. Hit that share button. Share it with your student. Share it with your students. Share it with your friends, family, colleagues, those that are friends and followers of you on social media. Listen, if you want a copy of, I have a study skills program. You can go over to kantissimmons.com/study skills to break more of these skills down. If you want access to my book, Play Your A Game, go over there to playyouragamebook.com. And if you are a person who are looking for some money to go to college, hey, go over to kantissimmons.com/scholarship. All right. Listen, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Sunday School. I see you there live in the chat box. Thank you guys so much. My man right here, Fix Points. Thanks for the content, man. Hey, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All of my viewers here, those here live with me on Zoom. Hey, thank you. This will be your best school year ever. Remember, only one game in life counts, and that is to play your A game. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.